frames. Looks good. Cool. We should be live now. Oh, I'm echoing on my end. Also, yeah. All right. Cool. So we have another round of League. This time I do have a decent Korean in my group. No slouch. He didn't get max stars though. He wasn't able to max stars me. So pretty much as long as I get 90, I think at 90 I should be good. I have 4 Aiden's alternate account, so not his heavy hitter one, but it looks like he's doing the same thing, just on cannon battleship spam. But yeah, so we'll just go right through everyone. I'm probably gonna run Warfleet for most of these guys. I don't feel like I need to run. I'll need to be switching a ton. I know last round last round my league was way tougher, so I had to do a lot of different things. But this one should go pretty decently. Yeah. Let me see. Alright. Cool. We'll get right into it. Start on the right side like usual. So let's see, he doesn't have the advanced formations yet, so he should definitely get those soon. And he's running too much DPS on a defense fleet, I think, especially running double long range fighter. Alright, cool. Everett should be in. Double long range fighter, especially on this expert guy right there, isn't a good idea, just because he's not gonna hit anything. He might not even hit any. Just yo Anubis, what's up? Hi Anubis. But yeah, like, I like advancing this, but I don't know where his Clara is. He should definitely have Clara. Yo, what's up, Ancom? How'd your 2 leagues go? Well, Anubis, you're in mine, so you're gonna get top 25. But how'd yours go, Ancom? And then yeah, advanced defense shield is a good option right there. But like advanced rapid fire, like these 3 heroes he shouldn't have in here. He should have like Clara and then like an ER or something like that. Maybe counterfire, cannon defense probably too. But yeah, I'm just gonna run a Warfleet at him. Just stay stealth and do it. I'm not too worried about if I drop a couple attacks anyway. So if I make dumb mistakes, it'll be all right. Just because like I feel like last league, I don't even remember how it played out, but I think it was pretty close. Or maybe that was a few ago. I'm not sure. All right. So actually. So he's got hyper motherships. I haven't actually seen this player, I don't think. So he might be a newer guy. Looks like he doesn't have his ability super high. So he might be newer and just doesn't have the LDs. This one's higher, but like this is only 96 accuracy. It's pretty low. But he's in the dirt formation, but then he's running a ton of DPS guys, which doesn't really make sense. In the dirt formation, you want to abuse the fact that you can use all of like MS Masters or Cruiser Masters and stuff and take advantage of that durability. Because if you stack like this formation with Reflex Shield and something like that, that's like 50% extra durability, which is pretty much a defense booster right there. Chris, or Anubis said his procs were terrible. 12 battles, no advanced spread fire. Dude, that's just how it goes. That's hella rough though. I'm sorry that happened. What'd you end up doing? I guess. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I'm guessing like against Ragnaholic, I'm guessing it was just like you missed a spread fire proc and you die. Like that's just what it is with a lot of people. You only got 2 stars against me. You still have a couple attacks left though. I can probably help you get a few more stars if you want. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. You're gonna get top 25 anyway, so it'll all be good. I wish that like every rank you got up would give you a little bit more of a reward, because a lot of people just get to the top 25 and stop. There's no real point in like trying to go any further. So, but yeah, so he's got just a bunch of cannons right here. So I'm just gonna stealth right by this, and it won't matter. Also, precision fire you don't really want on a defense fleet. It's like has a really niche use anyway, and you need to use it with like on offense for squirrel fleets. So, but yeah, we'll just run right by that. I know he has max missile res because he's got hyper motherships, but I'm just gonna plow through it anyway because most of his guys were DPS. So. Cross. Oh, he's in our chat. I've seen him around. I think he's a newer player though, or not necessarily newer player, but newer guy on the server. So let's see what he's running. Cannon res, beam res formation. And it says I'll take top 25. Just annoying advanced spread fire. Yeah, advanced spread fire is just such an annoying skill. The 58% proc rate, it's so much lower than like random fire. Like that 10% makes a huge difference. But yeah, and when you run, because you're hyper battleships like me, so when like you live and die by that advanced spread fire proc, it's just so frustrating, because you're literally like basing it all on a 58% chance. So I'm gonna mute this real quick. 1 hour. All right. Sorry, friends. All right. So back to Macross. So he's running fighter defense and cannon defense. I like the cannon defense, and then he's probably using fighter defense just to patch his hole, because motherships naturally have fighter resist hole in the most formations that they run, and like if they run hybrid armors and stuff. Max stealth in 2 days, dude. It'll be nice. Max stealth is just so nice. I love it. Because you have all the other parts, right? You got like the explosive, well, not explosive, but you got the random, the spread, and then you got advanced intercept missile. So yeah. You'll be wrecking dudes. But yeah, so he's running the fighter defense guy, and I think I remember this guy's actually really good stats wise, but it's only really helping his resist right here. And if he had the devices and stuff, he'd be able to like max. Well, actually, I don't totally know, but I don't know if I like the fighter defense right here, and I don't like fighters on this Clara because she's not gonna live anyway. To this point, like fighters, they don't really last on DPS guys anymore. Maybe if you stacked a ton of durability on it, but I think just running something like missiles or beams is a lot more of a threat. I haven't seen any DPS fleets that have used fighters and successfully hit me with them, but there have been times when I haven't been able to kill people with missiles due to either proc rates or like I just didn't hit them or something, and then I get wrecked by them. But the cannon's a good combo there because it forces them to have stealth or max cannon resist. But yeah, and I might put Maya up here, but I mean it doesn't totally matter. She's not advanced, so it's not a huge deal. But yeah, we'll just probably go ahead and hit him with this fleet anyway. It should be able to do enough damage, I think. He wasn't in the durability formation, so he doesn't have that extra 30%. And I don't know if he's running durability devices. Maybe. Yeah, it's hard to tell if they have durability devices or not. With 2 defense heroes, I'm guessing he could, but I don't know if he actually did have that or not. But I think reflex shield is really good. Ooh, all attack formation. This is a ballsy strategy, but I don't think it's gonna work. I just don't think he has the heroes to cut it. He also got some guys in motherships, which is an interesting combo. Not even in battleships. Regardless, I think all players should just use motherships up until they get hyper battleships. If you want to go like a full attack option, I don't think regular battleships can do it. I just don't think they have the damage. Whereas the hyper battleships, they get that extra device slot, and that's huge. Because those 4, having 4 device slots means you can have 4 cannon attack devices instead of like 3 per se. Or you can run 3 missile attack devices and then stealth. Or if you don't need a stealth, you can run 4 missile attack devices. But like right out of the gate, since they get that extra device slot, missiles or hyper battleships themselves get like an extra 20 to 35% attack, depending on which device you choose, which is pretty huge. And then of course you can upgrade them, and it's pretty cheap compared to other hyper ships. So just put like 3 or 4 into cost reduction, and then the rest into attack. But yeah, but he's got like experts. Like you don't need explosive fire on an accuracy hero, so just like never invest in that. His spread heroes are like really low. Again, he's got a bunch of like heroes that I don't think he should be investing in. Maybe this one, but like he's only got level 3. Like he needs Clara, and needs to stop wasting his like precious LDs into these subpar heroes. But yeah. His heroes weren't even level 100 either, so he's probably just a newer guy. Let's see, advanced beam coordination, interesting. And then yeah, like this guy isn't gonna live, especially without cannon defense. Like you're not gonna have max resist to anything at all. There's no way that this Clara ever lives and kills. Back in the day, it was a lot easier, like on newer servers. Like maybe on, does Taurus have League now? I think Taurus has League. But on Taurus, you might see more fighters, and I think it can work on like those type of servers because people don't necessarily have the damage to kill them or to take them out yet. But like on these older servers, like DPS die way earlier. It's harder to kill, or it's easier to kill them. So yeah, and then like Confusion Fire, you don't want that on a Cannon Master, or you don't want that on cannons. You want that on either probably Perfect Missiles or maybe beams. But yeah, so and then I don't like that coordination skill right there, but yeah. Man, I wish we had Universe on this server. I asked around people, or I asked around like different servers and stuff. I wanted to see how many Galaxy Leagues like they had compared to us. I think we had 17 Galaxy Leagues on Antares, and Sirius also had 17, I think. They were like pretty similar as far as like amount goes. But then the older servers like Deneb and Spica, they were like at 25 to like 28, I think. So I guess they have like around like 10 or so more Galaxy groups, which is equivalent to about, what, like 150, 200 more players. So that's why they got Universe. The first 4 servers did, and Sirius and Antares didn't, which kind of sucks. I mean, like I wish we had Galaxy or Universe, but whatever. I'm curious how it's gonna go in the second league, and with all the relegations and stuff. If it's just gonna end up being another like blown up Galaxy when it doesn't matter or not. Yo, what's up, Kansan? Have I seen you around before? I can't remember if I've seen you in chat or not. But yeah, so this guy's running a bunch of spreads, but like you don't necessarily want 3 spread fire heroes, especially if one of them's a beam master or one of them's a cannon master. Just stick them all in this combat master. Get that skill up, and then use other skills like random fire and all sorts of things like that. Because having a bunch of low level skills is way worse than having one high level skill. Especially with skills that like do increase damage. If you have 2 like level 5 spread fire, I mean I guess the LDs don't matter, but yeah, I don't know. It's just better. It's better to have 1 good skill than 2 decent ones, and like that's why I'm in chat. Oh, King Gemes, cool. What's your name in our? Are you on Antares? What's your name in this server? But what was I saying? I don't even remember. Whatever. Okay, so let's see. So this fleet, he advanced cannon defense. I don't think you want to advance any. On like our type of servers, like Antares and maybe even Sirius, I don't think people should be advancing these skills yet unless you need it for the evasion. Like maybe if you're trying to evade missiles or something, you could do it with say like missile defense. But like this advanced cannon defense, it's only gonna help this guy evade. That's it. Oh, Ken San on Antares? Oh yeah, okay. I think I've seen you around. But like it's not gonna help any of these guys evade at all. And he probably had it level 15, but now it's only level 11, so he's actually getting even less of resist for that. So Macross said he went out a little bit slower than he expected in our Facebook chat. Yeah, he does have level 15 intercept missile. It's probably troned up, but still good. On defense, I don't know if I like it on defense or not. It can be countered pretty easily with a counterfire hero, especially if you have Nargus, but it can also eat people alive too, so some people don't like it. Don't really like the long range fighter there, and then like fighters on spread heroes is just not smart at all, especially advanced spread. That low of a skill too. It's probably never gonna proc. But yeah, you want it on cannons probably to force them to run stealth or max cannon resist. But yeah. Yeah, his intercept missile just didn't have enough damage. Like it hit me. Granted I had advanced defense shield, but it still didn't even do that much anyway. Yeah, again, everyone's running long range fighter. I don't think it's that great on defense. That missiles and spread right there. A lot of people this league are running all offense type fleets. I haven't seen any like turtle defense fleets. Wow. Okay, it's got decent ability there. This might be Firth actually. But yeah, like most of the fleets have had 2 defense heroes max, which is pretty low. I think you should run a little more defense on it. Wow, he evaded those. No, he didn't. He just had full miss resist. That's what it was. Marty McFly, let's go. Let's see what he's got. Yeah, again, you don't want cannon confusions because it's very unlikely to hit, and it's not gonna it's only gonna proc every like either 8 to 10 times, which it just isn't worth it. You need it to proc a little more than that. Let me see. But yeah, so then he's got the spread fire hero. I like that. Maybe I would run missiles right here, but he does have the missile explosive fire, so he could run cannons. It's just if you run double cannons, it's really easy to stealth by, and that's just what you open yourself up to when you do that. But then he does have defense shield. He looks like he has decent ability too, so he's probably been playing for at least a little bit, or has some decent trons. But again, I'm just able to stealth by most of these guys and just beat them anyway. So, but they might be like, I don't know. This guy might actually. I'm gonna check to see. His fleet scale was pretty low. It was only 210. I'm just curious what his defense record is. Okay, yeah. So like most people are 5-starring him. Anubis didn't. Dang it, Anubis. It was good just because you didn't. Oh no, you got 5 stars eventually. You probably just didn't proc. But yeah. Like a lot of times in this game, it's you reach a tipping point, and then once you reach that tipping point, like you're just able to just like destroy everything. Like stuff would be really, really hard. You see it in campaign a lot. Like campaign will give you so much trouble, and you're like, this is impossible. And then you finally come back like a little bit later, and then you just destroy everything. And then you just like completely just go up and like you just be like the next 5 levels of campaign. At least that's how it is for like episode like 10 and 11. Like you struggle through it for a bit, and then you finally just break through, and then you just never have to worry about how hard it is again. Yo, what's up, Macross? I already beat you. I'm sorry. You're back here. You haven't done your attacks though yet. I'm curious where you'll end up. Your defense record actually isn't that bad. Only 5 stars to me and that Korean. But that Korean even took 2 times, and he's number 1 right now, so not too bad. You think you could get top 25? Top 25 would be you need at least 75. I think you could do it. You'd have to definitely get good procs, but that's what this game is anyway. So, um, but yeah, so like right here, he's got the like cannons, randoms, and then the missile spreads, which I'd probably rather have it the other way around, but whatever. But then I don't know if I like that explosive fire here or right here. I also don't like the fighter defense. I mean, I guess it's okay. But cannon defense and then defense shield and maybe a counterfire or something like that. I don't think I've seen any counterfires this entire round, and I've seen like one emergency repair. But I'll aim to avoid relegation as always. Dude, you're way above relegation. You're way above that. I'd be really surprised if like you got relegated in any of these Galaxy leagues. Your fleet's not that bad. Only what, 3 people have 5-starred it this round? It's pretty good. Alright, so Zeus, it looks like he's been playing for a while. He's got a bunch of 800 point advanced skills. Interesting formation he's running right here. He's going with the beam cannon attack. Probably to make these guys put out a bunch of damage, but he's doing it in cruisers. So like it's not really that beneficial because cruisers suck as damage fleets anyway. If it was battleships, it might be a little bit better. But yeah, he's running a lot of cruisers. Interesting. Probably just to get more resist, but just more overall resist, I guess. I do like the advanced confusion fire right here, but his durability or his ability is really, really low, so it's not going to be too much. You should put some of the ability trons he has on this guy over to this one. Definitely. But yeah, like I said, you can just stealth by so many people. That's why I think stealth is probably like one of the best devices in the game for sure. I think when you first go hyper, you need to go for stealth, and then pick a ship. So it depends on how impatient you are. If you want to go just for ships, go for ships straight away, and then just go for devices. But if you're more patient, like I was more patient and I wanted to save resources, so I just split my research and just was like, I'll just take twice as long, but I'll get there saving a bunch of resources. So like, yeah, so I split a bunch, and like I still split now, and like, so I just maxed stealth device, which takes like, what, 2200 or something, 2300, I don't know. And then now I'm just doing the hypercharger device. So is it 8 o'clock? Get a new. Alright, so now we got Ergnor. Ooh, okay, this is interesting. So he's running hyper battleships, it looks like. He might have just got them. I only see one advanced skill, so he might be a newer player. And it's only level 9, so I don't think he has a ton of LDs. But what's really interesting is this guy right here. So the counterfire battleship master. I don't think I like it though. I'm gonna end up running defense shield just in case. Oh wait, why is he running beams on this guy? What? Okay, so for counterfire, you almost exclusively want to run fighters, death fighter to be particular, because it just deals way more damage and it's not like dependent on proc rate. So yeah, he should definitely be running beams on this guy, not or he should be running death fighter. Sorry, not beams. Yeah, bad move to run beams there, because it's not going to deal any damage if it hits me anyway. But yeah, and then a long range fighter is really, yeah. Hyper battleships, they just don't make good defense fleets. That's how much it stacks up to, and that the reason for that is because they'll always fire last. Because like, if I have cannons that, like, say both these guys are running piercing cannon and I'm running piercing cannon on offense, I fire first no matter what. So like these guys won't even get a chance to fire, and that's why it's so bad. The exception for that is if I'm unstealthed and these guys are stealth running cannons, then they'll actually fire before me, but I can also stealth by them. So that's actually a pretty neat trick to do. You stealth one of your guys. So let's say I like ran this fleet right here, but I had all 3 of my combat masters on say piercing cannon and stealth, and the opponent doesn't have stealth. I'll stay stealthed like up until their cannons, so then their cannons would fire, but nothing would actually fire from their cannons because I'm stealth. and then I uncloak on my turn to hit, and then I hit them. So that's how you would get first attack. But stealth beats this, so stealth beats stealth, essentially, is how it works. But yeah, just a neat little tidbit. It's kind of cheesy. It's kind of a cheesy tactic, because you're relying on them not having stealth, which rarely happens. But it does sometimes, so. Yeah. So that'll be fine. Feel like what's my fighter vision? It'll be okay. Yeah. Yeah, a couple of those guys, his tanks weren't even fully leveled either, so he just needed to get a little more there. Alright, so now we're getting more. This guy is counterfire hero right there. I don't think you should put counterfire hero ever here, just because piercing fire beats it pretty hard. And then he advanced defense shield way too early. Level 5 is way worse than having, say, a level 15 or level 5 advanced. That's what I mean. But yeah, I can probably honestly just stealth right by this guy again and hit him. One thing I am gonna do is line this guy up right there, because explosive fire gives you 290% bonus or damage boost if you hit them with it, plus the explosion, which is like 120 for advanced. It's like 100% for regular or something. I got hit. Yeah, he had a beam hole. But so like if I hit my explosive fire hero has like 6.73 base damage, billion base damage. So then that gets like boosted up to almost like 20 billion. And then of course resistance takes effect. So against max resist targets, it'll hit for almost a billion. It's like 900 to 950 is like what I calculated out to be. And then I also get the explosion hit, which is like another like 300 million. So I can do like 1.3 billion damage with that explosive fire hero, which is pretty decent. It busts tanks pretty hard actually. But yeah, all right. So then he's got Nargis. I'm jealous of that. Yeah. Okay. So I pulled. So like they redid the honor store and they like gave us better heroes or whatever, and I still pull the worst heroes. I pulled what did I just pull? I pulled not Lincoln. It's Lewis now, which is I think he might be the worst honor hero that's now in the game. I'm trying to think of one that's worse. If this guy, okay, if he was a combat master, he'd be nuts. He'd be actually insane. Like for hyper battleships users, he'd be broken with the extra 30% ability, well, extra 10% I guess, but gold ability and then a super attack loaded setup. But just with cannons, he's not gonna do anything. So, oh yeah, and I pulled this guy the other day too. I wonder if they upped the rate of the drops on honor store heroes or not. I've just been pulling a few, but yeah, okay, interesting. He has this guy on an analyst right there. I would definitely wait for a shipmaster, and he's actually running full. He has no DPS, which means that I don't need to stay stealth or anything. Which is why I think you should always have at least one DPS, pretty much. I mean, I guess people would argue that Nargis is DPS, but she's kind of like this own unique role. So she doesn't really fit in a DPS slot. But yeah, and then the beam defense, and then he's running fighter resist, missile resist. He's probably just trying to max it. So I might unstealth versus this guy. I'm gonna see if I need to stealth versus everyone else. I don't actually need to stealth against Anubis, so I might unstealth then. What about drumstick? Same with drumstick, and not the same for the Korean. Alright, I guess I'll unstealth now, and then I'll go back to being stealthed. The benefit of unstealthing just means I get a little extra damage. So like, I went from like 5.42 to, let's see what we'll go to. Probably something like almost 6. Yeah, 5.98. But I can't actually unstealth with. Well, I can unstealth, but I don't get extra damage with this one. So I'll probably just run. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. I'll just run an accuracy one. Even though I think I'll hit everything with 629 accuracy. I don't think it's a big deal. But yeah, like this is the power of hyper battleships right here. 7.42 billion damage. Like that's the end game that you can reach. Don't pay attention to this hero. She's crap. She's actually terrible. Like 3.27 because she has 237 gov, but it's all good. Chat's so much slower today with I'm streaming at a bad time. But we're missing Coburn and Trovengard. We miss you guys. And Sarah. Most of the people that talk in chat are all Europeans, so. But yeah, and then I'll stay regular defense shield, just so Nargis doesn't hit me too hard, but. Oh, I left that guy stealth. I don't think it'll matter though. But I'll remember that for next time. That guy had decent dir. I took 40 damage. I don't get a perfect. Oh well. And then it was Anubis I don't need to stealth for. Okay, so let's see what formation he's in. So he's in all weapon resist Eva with the dir. So dir formation. And then he's got this guy who's really good. I think he could boost ability a little more. He probably just needs better trons for it. And then I think he also has Peter. So like these guys can be super evasive, but I don't know if he'll be able to evade my. He won't be able to evade explosive fire, but he does have them on opposite sides, so I won't hit both of them at once. So that's a good call right there. But like, I don't know. My beam accuracy on Clara is 630 right now, so he needs like almost 600 beam evasion to do it. So I'm not sure if he's at that point or not. And then yeah, he's got Carter, and then I'm guessing it's Maya. But Maya would be really good if she was advanced. Oh yeah, that'd be nice. But yeah, this guy could stun me pretty hard, and then this one could also hit pretty hard. So I guess it's hard because you want to put the DPS in the back right there. But it does make getting hit by explosive fire really easy, because explosive fire will now hit both of these guys. And these are the two that I want to take out. So if these were somehow split up, it would be really difficult, because explosive fire wouldn't gonna. EF is gonna wreck you. Yeah, EF will. EF wrecks a lot of people, especially these squirrel guys. But yeah. So like what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my EF guy to hit this one, and then. Hopefully, since she doesn't have evasion, I will do a ton to this hero, which is more so for like if she was advanced, it'd be a lot worse too. But then the confusion fire will get hit pretty hard, and then this probably will die too. But I don't know, like I know he doesn't have stealth maxed, but like. When I usually run missiles back here on battleships, I'll stealth them so I avoid cannons, and then I max missile resist. So if I get hit by a couple missiles, it's fine, especially with advanced defense shield. And then at least I'll be able to hit a little bit, assuming I proc. But yeah. Well, I'm confused. Why don't you have Clara here? Why don't you have your advanced random fire? You just have regular random fire. I'm gonna unstealth this hero, just so I don't forget. We'll just run durability. But yeah, I think that might actually just be able to do it. We'll see. I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of just running this fleet. I probably should have run regular defense shield, but whatever, or advanced defense shield. But it doesn't really matter too much. Yeah. So my explosive fire didn't proc. There it goes. There. Yeah, I don't think he had enough beam evasion to avoid Clara, and then explosive fire hit really hard. If you had Anubis, if you had advanced emergency repair, it would have been really good actually. Because I think you would have ended up you would have kept repairing that advanced confusion fire hero, and then she wouldn't have died that easy. She's kitted with beams and beam accuracy extras. Oh, so you just didn't want to switch. Makes sense. But yeah, it wasn't that bad. How's your defense record looking? I'm curious. I 5-starred, the Korean 5-starred, and then the 4-8 guy 5-starred. That's not surprising. Drumstick didn't, and then no one else attacks. I don't understand why people don't attack like the higher level guys. People don't really do that for me either. Well, maybe that's why. But I mean, there's definitely ways around my fleet, like at least to get some. Drumstick got like 2 or 3. Like, when in doubt, like if you see my fleet, just throw a defense fleet at it and just try and like get 2 stars, because you start off with 2 stars, so if you don't lose a star, you still get 2. Helps a little bit. Like, you never know, it might be the difference from like 60 to 62, and that might be the difference of like, I don't know, 50 or so league points. It can matter. But yeah, and then he's running, so he's got cannon defense right here, advanced defense shield, yeah, typical, and then the emergency repair. But he doesn't have the evasion, so one thing that's really good with emergency repair with cruisers, I think, is evading a couple weapons and then resisting the other ones. So like a lot of people will evade beams and cannons and then resist missiles and fighters, and it makes it really difficult to kill. Because piercing fire beam won't hit. I know some people actually have it to the point where advanced piercing fire, like they put their missile and fighter resist so high that advanced piercing fire doesn't, like, they still fully max resisted to fighters and missiles after they get hit by it, and then of course they still evade beams, so that's nuts. I think it'd be cool if they implemented a skill that would lower evasion of a fleet, because we have it for res. Why don't we have it for evasion? Anubis says I need to try and work on my defense more. It doesn't totally matter too much. I mean, I think defense is overrated anyway. I think it matters more for like universe and stuff, but I mean, offense is king, dude. I could throw a fleet of like 5 governors in here and then 5-star everyone and win. Even though everyone would 5-star me, it just doesn't matter because it's such an offensive game. If it incorporated defense and offense, it'd be a lot more interesting. You want to hyper destroy my Peter and ADS guy with hypercharger, but that's a lot of time. Oh, did you not even have those guys hypered yet? Hyper helps a lot, I think, because you get that extra 100 cannon evasion. I think you lose like 10 of the others, but I think it's worth it, because then like no cannons are gonna hit you. And if you say run a beam and missile evasion extra, and you get ability high, you'll have 600 evasion on beams, cannons, and missiles, which is really hard to hit. So, but yeah, I don't really like fighters on this guy, especially with explosives and then beams. It's just too short range of weapons. So like I'm able to just do just pretty much just come up close and blow him up with my heavy damage. I should look into running the other formations. Because I feel like having, see, his DPS didn't make it to fighter range again, just because hyper battleships are too strong. Trying like the all attack accuracy formation or the all missile attack, because I could put out another like 10 to 20% out of it. Oh, I missed 4-8. Oh yeah, no, it was because I need to stealth up against these guys. All right, so you need to go back to stealth again. What do I get? Oh, yeah, this one. Oh, not hypercharger. If Zip is watching this, or if he ever watches this, I want to apologize for getting his hopes up that I would switch to hyper destroyers for this round. I made a joke in our I made a joke in our chat because it's you can, I don't know if you can actually do you still get free resets for hyper? But I told him I was gonna go all hyper destroyers instead of going hyper battleships, and I was just gonna come back being an absolute monster with like a huge evasion formation, like evading hyper battleships on my DP or like evading missiles on my DPS guys. I think you could do it. We did the math and we were able to get it up to like 550 without magnetic or advanced magnetic jamming. So it'd be really interesting for sure. But the reason I actually didn't do it is because I just didn't have the extras. It would like cost me so much to switch out all of that, and like I didn't have enough to go back. I didn't want to pay 20 crystals to keep switching my extras, but it would have been cool. I definitely would have played around with it a little more, had more fun, if extras didn't cost me 20 to switch. Wink, wink. Devs, please watch this and lower the cost of that. Yeah. So 4800 is running a bunch of cannon spams. I actually don't know how he has this account this far, and he also has like another crazy high account. Like one account's enough for me. I don't know how he does it, but yeah. And then long range fighter. So he's just going straight damage. I don't know if I'd run cannon defense. I'd probably run defense shield. Although if he's not stealthed, maybe. But regardless, piercing cannon would still blow him up. If I pull an MJM hero, I'm going to do a mix of advanced electronic jam and advanced magnetic jam. Yeah, I think that'd be a really fun fleet to run. I want to. I don't have a magnetic jamming hero. I still can't believe I haven't pulled one. Although the funny thing is I was looking at like screenshots. So back when the level cap was, I don't know if the level cap was level 30 or if I was just level 30 and like the level cap was level 50 on a server. So this is like the third or second day that the server had opened. So this server's like back in July or June or whatever. And I had a magnetic jamming hero with decent stats. And somehow along the way I just tossed him because I thought he was useless. And now it's like the only hero I don't have. I've never pulled a master with magnetic jamming since. Like not even a crappy stat one. Just literally haven't pulled one. Alright, so this guy, I'm just gonna run my Warfleet again. Just because it's been a Warfleet kind of day. But yeah, honestly I think Warfleet's the way to beat this anyway. He's just got too much DPS, and he doesn't have defense shield, which will really hurt him actually. I should probably switch to another random fire just because my spread fire is so weak, but I'm too lazy, so. Ooh, that was bad. Oh well. We'll try again. Oh, I guess I already have the win. What does he have? He used all his attacks, 26. I've used 18. Yeah, I'll just keep hitting him. I think I'm going to run the same defense fleet over and over until someone finally beats it. Because no one has beaten it in League or 5-starred it yet. I'm curious if this guy can or not. But yeah. This game just comes down to if you're spread fire hero procs or not. That's all it is. But yeah. So that was just a quick League. Yeah, stream was kind of slow today. I streamed at a bad time. That was my bad. But yeah, hopefully you guys learned some stuff. Yeah, I'll probably see you guys around next week then. I'll see most of you in chat. If you're in chat, if you're on Antares and you want to join our Facebook chat or Facebook group, I'll post it right here. Yeah, so I posted that right there. But feel free to like just join that group, and then like if you're a top player, like you want to like discuss like kind of the stuff I was talking about, or just have a fun time. We have a Facebook group with a bunch of people, and we just talk and stuff like that. So yeah, if you're interested in joining that, feel free. But otherwise, I will see you guys around. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers, guys.